One of the things that Digital Science tries to do with the Catalyst grant is to fund projects that are ambitious, and no one is more ambitious than Roman. He got his grant with SciAI in 2017 and is doing amazing things utilising artificial intelligence to interrogate a range of research information and helping make sense of it for doctors and researchers. We asked him to tell us a little bit more about SciAI.
I'm Roman, co-founder of SciAI, we were happy enough to win a Catalyst grant at some point, and our idea is to support biologists and doctors in modeling underlying biochemical processes and also link them to organism level at the same time, so that we can explain with high resolution all manifestations and not just, let's say, give high-level diagnoses. And of course we are doing this with the help of the data from all recent scientific research reports, papers, clinical trials, of course in attempt to give all possible data points to the researcher or doctor, and now doctor also suddenly becomes a researcher.
That sounds really interesting. Can you tell me a little bit more about how SciAI can be used in a real-life context?
The idea is to help doctor or biologist to reconstruct with the highest possible resolution underlying biochemical process, and to link it to high-level observations or manifestations on organism level, so that now we have full explanation of what is going on.
How does SciAI utilize aspects of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and natural language processing?
I would say a lot of AI components are here. So as long as we are working with textual data, and that's our vision. Yes, and it turned out to be very very popular at this moment. Suddenly, nobody was thinking about NLP in this way. It was quite boring for some time. And suddenly it is on top, on all news, as they said. Yeah, it's a natural language processing system, first of all, because we work with scientific papers, and we also work with, for example, laboratory test data in textual form. So now, as long as we are supporting reasoning mechanism and help researcher to make a decision, you can naturally feel that it incorporates almost whole range of possible NLP tasks that exist at this moment. NLP, also reasoning over graphs, and so on and so forth.
What was it about the Catalyst grant specifically that made you want to apply for it over other startup accelerator funding?
Digital science and joining digital science in some way, it was a dream, and I never thought that we would be able to do this, or let's say so far. So my mentor just suggested to apply, and that's what we did. And luckily we are here. And Catalyst grant, of course, it's a fantastic opportunity to become part of this top club, which is called Digital Science. Yeah, that's true, because suddenly you around the people who work day and night to move science forward, to bring new tools to the ecosystem, and everybody is so focused and just trying to change things to the better. So it's I don't know, it's like miracle.
And how has SciAI progressed since winning the Catalyst grant?
So Catalyst grant came at exactly right moment, or happened. Almost right before the dark times of COVID. And as long as like everybody a little bit downplay it and try to rethink what to do, we also did 3 maybe pilot POCs, I don't know, a lot. In the meanwhile, and Catalyst Grant really helped us to survive during this time, to concentrate on research and development, in our own way, without all this pressure of hunting for the next, for the next meal. So now you can think calmly. And also we released alpha version. We're still doing this, like improving daily. We secured first projects and confirmed our business model, which was actually very tricky, to make like every doctor a researcher. When I told it to everybody, it was like, wow, it's hard, how can you do this? So step by step, we are proving that it might make sense. Yes, so it was really, really timely to win this grant, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the impact that SciAI has had on society?
That's very interesting. Actually, it came from the patient with whom actually from many of them so far, but of course, the first one, the first several people were like, it was something like really touching, when because with such system you can go really, really deep and try to crack the diagnosis, for example, that is absolutely unclear to this moment. So really, really hard. It's not only like for common virus or something like that, but for things where people don't know what to do for several years. And when suddenly with such systems you can go down to particular protein or particular group of interactions and say that here is a problem, and most likely with interfering here, we can change things. And after maybe several months, they do laboratory tests and they see even in the changes in their daily life. And they give this feedback, wow, this is something unbelievable, when you can feel that you can help at least a little bit to particular person. So yeah, that's fantastic.
Finally, what advice would you give to people thinking of applying for the Catalyst grant?
Very often we might forget that on both sides we have people, human. And we all want to do things and to improve things, and we all want to do this together, and we feel that together we can go much further than alone. And when you suddenly trying to step in your boots, like in your shoes, and think from your perspective, then all these formalities and all fear suddenly gone. And you just write, application the way you would write to your mom, maybe. And that's what works. At least I hope it worked. It worked for us. Because when I replay it in my mind, it was some things were absolutely naive, for sure. And I'm appreciating it so much that Steve, Adrian, everybody who reviewed application, who talked to us during interviews, we just discussed, as you know, they're very good friends. Although we see each other for the first time, we just open and discussing everything. So it's an absolutely fantastic feeling to be on the same wave, on the same page. And just being yourself and do this together. Digital science supports big dreamers, so be a big dreamer, and when something absolutely out of this world, just be resourceful and be specific in your application, and everything will be good. You will succeed.
Roman's a great example of somebody who dreams big and has an idea that can change the way that we use AI. If you have a big idea and think the Catalyst grant could support you, head to our website to find out more.